Well, it looks like this use async hook has a lot to do, so let's do it. Let's get rid of the to-dos. We'll make async tests here because we are testing something asynchronous. We'll probably need to await some stuff here. And then let's import use async from our hooks module. Then let's take a look at how the hooks module is supposed to be used. Here's some little docs right here. So we'll just copy use async. It looks like there are no arguments for the default case, and we'll just call use async. We'll get a result from that, and let's console log that result. And yeah, we're getting an invalid hook call. Awesome. All right, so what's happening here is inside of use async, it's calling this React useRef hook, and you can only call React hooks from within the function body of React component. So we could put all of this in a React component and render that and everything, but I think it would actually be easier to let React hooks testing library do that for us. So we're going to bring in render hook from testing library React hooks. And with that now, we can say render hook. We'll pass this function that calls our hook, and then we'll get a result from that. Great, we got rid of the warning. Now we have a result, re-render, and a couple other utilities. So I'm going to destructure result, and we'll see what that is. Now we've got a current property. Let's take a look at the current property here. And yeah, there we go. So that looks good. I'm going to copy this, and we're going to expect the result current to equal that value there. And it looks like we said this is an array of the function constructor, but that's not at all what it is. What we copied was basically just a serialized version of a function, which you can't really serialize a function to a string reasonably here, and so they just have this notation for that. So what we need to do for each of these functions is we basically just need to say, I don't really care what these values are. What I really care about is that they're functions. So we'll expect any function here. Great, so that gets us passing, and let's go ahead and stop here to review. So what we did here is we called use async, and when we called it by itself, we realized that we can't do that because that can only happen within the body of a function component when React is rendering that function component. So we're using React hooks testing library and the render hook method from it to manage creating a function component and calling our use async hook here within the function body of that function component. That returns a couple utilities as well as the result, which is whatever we return from use async, and then we can make an assertion on what we get back.